I don't do tears. Give me some drama and some messiness, and I'm all in every day, all day. In this video, I'm going to be talking about three emotional books that took me out. Tangled Hearts by Evelyn Latrice, Fever by Kimberly Brown, and Caught Up in the Con by Melanie B. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. So, with these three books, they are very emotional books, something that I'm not used to. I'm used to the drama and the mess. Now, not to say that I don't read these kind of books, but these three, they were something else. Let's get into it. So, we're going to start out with Tangled Hearts. Tangled Hearts, it tugged at my heart so much. It is about a trio of friends. These three friends kind of grew up together. So it's Hove, Rock, and Nicole. Hove was being misused by his mother, and Nicole's father is on drugs. So with Hove being misused by his mother, he would take off and find refuge at Nicole's house, where her father, being a drug addict, excuse me, would often leave her alone. Excuse me, I just got finished eating. I am so sorry. Her father would often leave her alone, neglect her, not giving her the things that she needs, food, clothes, just the basics. So they grow up kind of taking care of each other. Then you have Rock and Hove, who are friends through school. Hove has dropped out of school. Actually, Rock has too, but Hove is trying to convince Rock to go back to school. He has something going on with him. Maybe he's got some kind of failure complex or something, but he knows that he needs to go back, and he's trying to convince Rock to go back. Now, these two guys are in the streets making their money. Nicole is, hanging out with her girl, but she goes to school. She's a good girl. She's trying really hard. Like, she's doing everything that she can to get out of this situation. Hove is helping her. Hove buys her clothes, buys her food, and Rock is her boyfriend. Rock takes care of his sister who lives with his grandmother. So in turn, he takes care of the entire house as a teenager, and he doesn't live there. So all of these kids are, taking on grown folk responsibility that they're really not in a position to do. There's this one incident where uh, Nicole's father found out Nicole took some money from him. Now, he is a drug addict. And so Nicole asked him for the money. He didn't want to give it to her. So she took it. She needed some personal items. He finds out it's gone, and he approaches her. He's in this drug-induced type of rage thing. And for the first time, he calls her out of her name. He puts his hands on her. And then worst of all, she's just got out of the shower. She's got her robe on, and he kicks her out. Literally, like right at that moment, with nothing but her robe, kicks her out. He's outside with her, they're yelling and screaming. Nicole is crying, and it's a whole production. And here comes Hove. Hove is not having it because this is his best friend. He loves her like a sister. And he comes up, he tells Nicole, get in the car. Nicole is like, oh my God, this is not going to be a good thing. He beats down her father and takes Nicole to Rock's grandmother house and calls up Rock and is like, hey, your girl's over here. Her father put her out. You need to come and, take care of this. He's over here with Shakisha, I believe that's her name, and they are having this conversation. Shakisha knows about not Cole. Not Cole doesn't know about Shakisha. But Shakisha is one of those ride or die girls. She can have his back. She can, do all that ride or die stuff because he's, a street dude. Whereas Nicole, she's a good girl. She's going to school. She's not into all of that. Right? So Nicole winds up living at his grandmother's house, and now she's got some stability. She's got guidance and somebody to talk to and all these things, which is great. Something happens that makes Rock go to jail. When Rock goes to jail, everything changes. Now Nicole has to go back home, but Hove cares about her so much that he puts her father in rehab. And so, just to give a little bit of what's happening in this book, there are so many twists and turns. I was yelling at the book. I was talking to the book. Like, these are almost actual people in my head. I literally have not stopped thinking about this book since I read it. It is so good. It touched my heart. Now, like I said, I'm not a crier, but if I was, believe me, I've been boo-hooing. It touched my heart so much. There is, like, this is an absolutely great book. Like, in my last video, I talked about Fever, which I'm going to talk about now. And I was like, this is a 5-star. It's the best book I read in September. Now, I read Tangled Hearts. I started Tangled Hearts actually like on the 30th or something like that. But I didn't get finished with it until like October 2nd. I think it's a good 400, 500 pages, so it took me a couple of days. But I love this book so much. I am definitely going to read it again. And I know that I'll see things that I did not see before. It had me thinking and rationalizing, and just it had me in all my feelings. This was a great book. If you are into slow burns, if you want to feel your heartstrings tugged at, then this is definitely a book for you. Then we have Fever by Kimberly Brown, which, like I said, I've already talked about this book, but this was also a very good book. It tugged at my heartstrings. It was bittersweet. So this one is about a young girl who is her mother dies in childbirth, having her. She's taken away from her father at about 15 to go live with her mother because her father is grieving to the point where he no longer can take care of his daughter. Now, she doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want her to leave, but he has a clear enough state of mind to know that in this particular situation, it's no good for her. And so, really, it is a good thing that she goes to live with her aunt, even though that's not what she wants. A lot of times we know that it's not about what you want, it's about what's best for you. And this was really the best thing for her. It allowed her to just be normal in a different way that she was not able to be normal at her father's house. Even though he was there physically, emotionally, he was not present for her. And that can be just as difficult as not being there physically. And so instead of having to care for herself, she now had an adult to just be there. Sometimes that's all teenagers need, is for you to be there. They don't necessarily need you to do a whole lot, not the way we would do with a 5-year-old. So this was a good thing for her, but this book was so beautiful. Like, the way she healed, and she wound up meeting a guy who's a pathologist. He was a single dad. She is not a teacher, but she does something with children. What did she did something like, oh, I know, she was the like an advocate for foster children when they get out of foster care. A lot of times they don't have those life skills that you would get from being at home. Say, the average child probably has chores and learns how to cook and do laundry and different things like that. So I assume in foster care, they don't get those life skills. And so those were the things that she taught them. She really loved children. So him having a daughter, they instantly connected. It was such a beautiful thing. He was understanding, him being a doctor, he could understand, her trauma, and, just not so much. Sometimes when people don't understand, they will get upset with you. And so he was patient with her. He was able to understand why she did some of the things that she did. And that part was so beautiful. I love the romance in it. And I'm the messy drama girl, so romance and crying and all that stuff is, I mean, it's cool if it's good. And this was one of those. It was so good. I have actually started, I think I started Rounds. I started one of the other books. This is a part of a series, Scrubs in Love, I think it's called. In the hospital, it's called Ambrose Medical. So there is Rounds, Fever, Crash, and Stat. And I am so looking forward. It's starting off really good. Um, of course, I have to come back and tell you about it, but I'm going to wait until I've read all four of them. And then I'll come back and let you know what's going on with Scrubs in Love. And then lastly, we have Caught Up in the Con, which is by Melanie B. Melanie B is a new author to me. I am into reading these new authors. I enjoyed this book. It was really, really good. So, this one is about a girl who, okay, so her mother and father got a divorce, and so she lives with her mother. Her mother is a scammer, a con artist. And so as a little girl, her mother starts her in the business, starts her off with the boosting. Then she moves up to credit cards and, whatever other scheme they got going on. And so she is now an adult. She has two children by two different guys, and she has this boyfriend who is the father of one of her children. Her and her mother come up with this scheme to rob the guy, the big guy, the guy that they work for or whatever. And that guy actually finds out that it's them who tried to scheme them. Now, this doesn't happen immediately. It's, part of the plot through the book. But she winds up trying to scam this guy named Ghost. Well, when she first goes in to scam him, so the scam is kind of like for her to meet the guy, take him to the room and get him in the room and take all of his stuff. But when she first meets him, she's kind of attracted to the guy. And then when they get up to the room, she realizes that this is probably not the guy that you want to be trying to rob, because this could go wrong and it could go very bad for her. The thing is, her boyfriend knew that, but he didn't give her that information, which lets you know that he ain't the one. I mean, but they into the same thing. So, anyway, he winds up, they do which they wasn't supposed to, because of course she's got a boyfriend. She's supposed to, like, I don't know if she was supposed to get him drunk or drug him, or I don't know, but it didn't turn out like that. So she winds up spending the night with him while her boyfriend is outside, and he gets mad because of course now he knows that she's slept with him. But time goes on, and now she's feeling like, I want to be a good mom. I don't want to do this scheming thing anymore. And her mom is all like, that's the best thing for you. This is how you get the big money and da 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 da. Which I know that there are people like that out there, but this is just so corny to me that a parent would encourage, even from a small child, encourage your child to do wrong. That's like, and what did your mother teach you? I'm just curious. But it is really, really good. That is not the end. There is more, and there's more drama at the end. Um, there is a secret baby in there. It is really, really good. Um, yeah, I just love this. I'm looking forward to more of Melanie B. If you love emotional books that will break you down and build you back up, these are the books for you. And if there is one book that wrecked you emotionally, drop it down in the comments for me. I think I might be into slow burns. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and do all of the YouTube things like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.